these people. You know what? Without Susan, without this event, no way I can, have all you guys here. I remember a few years ago, Senator Clarence, I want to host a fundraising for him. I say, oh, I got a bigger house and I want to do it for him. He was like, you live too far away. you see, they all come. So next time, can I do it for you? Okay, so it's just amazing that I have a lot of support for my first Montgomery International Film Festival, which just passed last week. And I would like to introduce my co-chairman, Margaret Sa. Yeah, we co-chair this event together. And then thank you so much. And today, all my volunteers, they are the same, working with the film festival. But they say, you know what, this is fun. Let's do it all the time for fundraising. It's so much easier. Yeah, thank you. And I hope you enjoy my art. I collect many years. And then please enjoy the food.
She has done an outstanding job for the past 17 years. She and Chung Pak founded KPAD. She was the first Asian delegate in the Chinese American delegate in the history of our state. And she has been a champion of numerous good causes. She is extraordinarily effective, as I think is evidenced by the fact that you have about half the Maryland Senate here, 2 county executives, and many other very important people here to support her. I just want to say that her leadership on women's issues, on cybersecurity, on privacy, are extremely important. She's pushed us forward in all of those areas and many more. And in times like these, we need people like Susan. And when I say times like these, I'm referring to that guy at 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue. When you have a president who spews hate and sows fear, demonizes immigrants, trashes women, makes fun of people who are disabled, and just this week there are a whole host of things. I mean, having the Justice Department investigating car companies for cleaning up the air, keeping kids in detention, trying to get around the law that prohibits him from holding children in cages. We need leadership, and we're very lucky that we have it here among all these fine people, but most especially with Susan Lee. So it's a great pleasure for me to be here to support her. I thank you for supporting her. Karina, thank you for opening your beautiful home to Susan. Oh, sitting right next to you. And thank you all very much for supporting her. You're going to hear from a lot of her fans, but I'm just very glad to be able to be here to add my voice to that. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, Attorney General Frank.
And thank all of you for coming out to support our senator. And I have to say something that may not seem as obvious to each of you if you stand here, but Senator Lee is my sister. And maybe that doesn't seem so obvious to you, but she certainly has become like a sister, really, in elective office. I came to really know her around 2012 or so, and I have to tell you that we are kindred spirits in so many ways. We have found ourselves fighting together for issues that we care deeply about, including domestic violence and human trafficking and so many other issues that affect women and families. And so I appreciate her for her work. We want to thank you so much. She is humble, she's a fighter, and we really do appreciate, she is just a wonderful model for all of us, and she is a trailblazer. She is quite a trailblazer. You've already heard that she was the first Chinese American to be elected to the House of Delegates, and she just has really been a beautiful model for others to come, and so we are just really proud of you. Disconnected. Connected. And speaking of super bad women, Senator Lee is a bad woman herself, but it tells that she's also a person who I think is really representative of all of us. I'm so grateful that she led the effort to ensure that one of the baddest women to have ever walked the roads of Maryland, Harriet Tubman, was honored in due form when she led the legislation to allow a statue of Harriet Tubman to stand in the United States Capitol. She thought enough of her, and so we want to thank her for that as well. And so for all that she has done and all that she will do, I just want to say thank you so much. Madeleine Albright said it well when she said there is a special place in hell for women who do not support other women. And I have to tell you that Senator Lee, it was an honor for me to come here tonight because she has traveled on many, many occasions to Prince George's County to stand with me. And what an honor it is tonight to stand with you. And so we support you and are proud of you and just thank you so much for the work you've done.
Why am I here supporting Senator Lee? Not just because we share an affinity for supporting our business community. Her innovation and vision on cybersecurity and biotech is something that's really important to Howard County, our region, and our state. Not just because she advocates, as County Executive Alston said, for those who don't necessarily have the voice, those who are being human trafficked or facing domestic violence, and not just because she is a champion for all, but also when I was running for county executive, to be the first county executive of color in Howard County. Early on, there were a lot of people who said that I had no chance, that it would never happen. And Senator Lee, my friend Susan, would come to Howard County, and there would be times when we would be in a room and just about no one else in the room supported me. And Susan and friends like Clarence would come on over and say, you know, he's going to be our next county executive. And I will never forget her friendship, her vision, her dedication to everyone, from those who are aspiring and achieving at the highest levels to those who need us to give them a hand up so that they can live their dreams and change their station in life, not only for themselves, but for their entire family and future generations. So it is an honor to be here with all of you, celebrating a pioneer, a visionary, and a friend to each and every Marylander, Senator Susan Lee.
So he's been very proactive, and I can thank him enough taking proactive approach to improving our economy, business climate, and trying to include all communities into his administration. Mark?
Thank you so much. I wasn't actually lost, but in my world, I think I've done 5 or 6 things today. And I was at a place nearby, well, sort of nearby here. It's a farm where disabled people come and work on the farm. And it's with the big fundraisers, and I've been a supporter of them for many, many years, because a lot of, they take a lot of young people, and some of those young people wind up working there as adults, and it's a really important thing they do to make sure that people have meaningful lives. So I was really happy to be a part of that and happy to get over here. It is really beautiful up here, and you got a great night for this event. I've been very happy to work with Susan for many years, and her role in the Senate now is really important, and the fact that she's a progressive and she's somebody we can go talk to makes our job a whole lot easier, and it's been that way since she first went into the legislature, and I've been very happy to work with her. I appreciate the work she's done with the Chinese community and the local government, because a lot of folks are very well into the business industry, and Montgomery County has often been accused of being perfectly happy to have people go someplace else. And she has worked very hard to help us build and strengthen ties with the Chinese community and the Asian community in general, to make sure people understand that Montgomery County is friendly to the business community, and that if you're driving all the way to Virginia or Howard County, it'd be so much easier if you just stayed here and worked. And can we help you bring the jobs back to this county and shorten your commutes? It's all altruism on my part. I don't want you to have to drive so long, but it's an important thing. And the fact that she takes the interest to work with the community and put the community together with the county government, I think is really important, because it'd be real easy for her to say, I'm in Annapolis and you're here, these are two different worlds, let's talk sometime. She's actually on the ground doing the work, and Chung, you're certainly there all the time, so it'd be wrong not to mention the important role you've played in this. So I've been very happy to work with her, and it's been very helpful. I've been to a number of events with the Chinese community. I apparently will be visiting 2 cities in China next. I think this is going to happen. And there's a great interest in actually bringing both American interest into China, but bringing Chinese businesses into Montgomery County. We think we've got the right places and we've got the right atmosphere. And if you want to be in a community that's a welcoming and progressive community where you're going to feel like you belong here and that you're not outsiders, this is the county you want to be in, and I think I can help make that pitch to folks in China and let them know that this is important. And I assume you'll probably be traveling somewhere in that direction when these trips get set up. So I just want to thank you for all that. Your role, your contribution isn't just in Annapolis, but it's in this community, and it's helped strengthen our ties between the Chinese community and the county government. And I want you to know that I'm going to continue to work on that. And we will make sure that we do everything we can to make people feel comfortable and welcome here.
Anyway, like I said, from the bottom of my heart, thank you everyone for coming here. I wouldn't be able to do it without all the community and business leaders who are here today, who've been with me from the get-go. And also my wonderful Senate colleagues. Can you give them a hand? They're here. I tell you, these are the best and brightest in our state of Maryland, and they've also helped our community too, because a lot of them have fought for us for like bond bills that have benefited our community, you know, especially Senator Peters, and also Senator Ferguson, who's on budget and tax, but also Senator Pinsky for the environment, and Senator Zucker for our seniors. And one time we lost money for the adult daycare center, but he got it back. And we got Senator Wallstriker, who's worked with me closely on human trafficking issues, and also my wonderful, wonderful colleague and partner in the Asian American Caucus, wonderful Senator Clarence Lamb, who's a doctor too, right? And did I miss anybody? And of course, Jim Rosapepe, who used to be an ambassador to Romania. I really feel honored that he's here today. And he's been terrific. He's also our Senate Democratic Caucus chair. And he's done a terrific job. And our wonderful sitting court judges, can you give them a hand? And also county council members, they are here for us all the time. You know, everything is local. And so it's so important that our community leaders have a relationship with both Andrew and Gabe, because they can make it happen. But anyway, and also Virginia, good luck. You go for it, girl, okay? And also, I wanted to acknowledge my wonderful political campaign chair, Mayor Jeffrey Slavin. Is he here? He's always hiding somewhere. Okay. And, yes, and our county executive, Mark Elridge, is here. So can you give him a hand? I'm really honored the county executives, Mark Elridge, county executive, Angela Alsobrook, and also County Executive Calvin Ball come here today. You know, they are the head of the 3 largest major economic engines of the state of Maryland. And they are all trying to work together to ensure that we all have the same business opportunities and also have access to government. And I also like to say something about our wonderful Maryland Democratic Party chair, Maya Rockymore Cummings. She's been fabulous. She has opened up the party to our fast-growing Chinese and Asian American community, and we are now getting more access to the political party and also be able to be at the table instead of looking in from the outside. Thank you. Give Maya a hand, please. Also, my treasurer, Joe Gebhardt, who is the managing partner of our firm, he's here today, noted civil rights attorney, too. And he's here with Susie Gebhardt, somewhere in here. But before I turn this over to Mark, again, I'd like to thank all the super hosts and everyone who gave at any level, because it is so hard to run for office, and I stand on your shoulders. I wouldn't be here. Some of you have been here since I was a delegate, and then you were with me when I first ran for the Senate. And I couldn't have done it without you, and you make me really proud because you're my heroes. You've not only done so well in your different professions, but you also give back to your community. And that's so important for us to be able to have input in the political process. Because when we first came here when I was a kid, actually I was born in Texas. Don't ask me why my family went there, but they went there, okay? But we came here because my parents got jobs here. And there were hardly any Asian Americans here. Now the population has exploded. And every time I see you all out there, it's not that you're one of my family members. It's actually because you're my friends and colleagues, and you make me proud. You make me so proud. And I stand on your shoulders, and but I want you to know that these guys here, they're all fighting for you, and they wouldn't be here unless they cared about our community. They're working hard to fight to make sure that our kids have the best education, that we have a clean environment, especially Paul Pinsky, who's been a champion of our environment. I always follow his votes, no matter what. And also that we have affordable health care and housing, but most especially that we are able to fight things like the racial profiling of our top Chinese American and Asian scientists and scholars, which has been a problem lately. And I'd like to thank some of the community leaders who went with me to Capitol Hill. I think I see Paul Lee out there and Stan Tsai. Anyone else? To meet with Paul Lee out there. Paul Lee, raise your hand. And Stan Tsai. They went to Capitol Hill with me to meet with Congressman Jamie Raskin and U.S. Senator Chris Van Hollen to ask them that whatever they can do to stem the tide, the rising tide in racial profiling against our Chinese American scientists and scholars, because it's gotten worse. And we got to stop that, because we're contributing so much to America, and to lose this talent would be a real shame. So we're still working with Jamie and Chris, and Jamie and Chris would have been here, but Jamie's in Washington State right now at a town hall, and Chris is at a wedding, family wedding, so he couldn't get out of it, but they both send their greetings, and I'm really happy that they're here today. But I want to tell you something. I was born in the United States, but I want to tell you that I am very proud to be Chinese, and I'm proud to be American. And just like all of you here, my Chinese American leaders, as Chinese, we're all proud to be Chinese, but we're also proud to be Americans. And we embody, I think, what is best about America. We built America. You all are continuing to build on the foundation laid by people like my grandparents and earlier generations, and you're making it, America's already great because of you all and your contributions. So you're my heroes. And I think we have to stay active in our community, and because we are the new face of America, and we have the fastest rates of growth in our country and in Maryland. So it's important that we be active in our community and support not just Asian American candidates like Clarence and I, but also these guys who have supported our community, been with us since day one on our issues. So I'm so glad you're here today, and we have a lot of challenges ahead of us, because right now in Washington, with the erratic tweets coming out from President Trump and his attacks against immigrants and people of color, women, just about everybody, it's more like, who has he not attacked? It's created this tide of intolerance, hate crimes, and divisiveness, which we don't need as a country. And it's hurt our Chinese American community too, because he's always blasting China, And, sure, we want to protect our interests, but we don't want to cast a wide net so that our Chinese Americans are harmed here, who've contributed enormously to our country. So we have to get involved, because we got to do it. I know you all are always fighting for our kids, our grandchildren, and our future generations, because we want to make sure there's a country and a state in which they can succeed and do well and achieve their wildest dreams and aspirations. So I want you to know that our colleagues here, and I see, Brian Feldman, remember him, because I know a lot of you live in this district, because he's been one of the guys that have helped Chinese scientists and innovators in our state. If you want to go like bioscience or economic development, Senator Brian Feldman has been at the forefront of that. So I just want y'all to know we got a lot of work ahead of us because it's not over, and the 2020 presidential elections will be very, very important. So I hope that you will go out there and get everybody to vote, especially our community, because we can't just sit there and let it all happen to us. We got to fight back. And I thank you again from the bottom of my heart for giving me the privilege and honor to be able to serve and represent you in the Maryland State Senate. Thank you so much.